welcome back. We're now on day 4?
7?
Well, it's just so much fun down here in the basement.
Not in the basement.
At the Stag's Head.
Stag's Head Workshop.
Yeah, that, it's just a barrel of fun.
Monkeys.
Yep.
All right. So if you noticed, my wife wears the same thing 2 days in a row.
Yeah.
I changed. So today, we have our first FBW, Fancy Boxed Whiskey. It could be an FPW, Fancy Packaged Whiskey.
Yeah. Whichever you prefer.
Which do you prefer? A fancy package or a fancy box?
I like a fancy package.
And I like a fancy box. All right, so what we have today is we have Dalwhinnie, the Distillers Edition, a 15-year-old Highlands single malt Scotch whiskey, double matured.
Oh, what's that mean?
Good question, Annie. So, going back to, if you remember on here, bottle 2. Remember in one of the videos I talked about double barreled or double oaked? Ooh, listen to that tight cork. Yeah. So double barreled, doubled oaked was what you'll see a lot of times with some bourbons. Double matured is another way of saying that, but it's not just double oaked. So this is Scottish whiskey, single malt. Single malt meaning it's made from barley. Single meaning not just one type of barley, but single meaning one distillery. So this is the whiskey from one distillery, and it's a malt whiskey, which is malted barley. But getting back to double matured, so initially it's going to spend its however many years in an oak barrel, and then this particular one was finished in an Oloroso sherry barrel.
Ooh.
So that's why it's double matured.
I usually like that.
Yeah, you do. She likes the mature ones, even though I'm younger than her.
But I'm mature.
Yeah. So another interesting fact about Scottish whiskey is, so to be Scottish whiskey, it has to be distilled in Scotland, and it has to be aged for at least 3 years in used oak barrels. So while Annie starts getting her nose going, tell you a little bit about, we'll do some whiskey geeking here on Scottish whiskey. So again, this is a single malt. Monkey Shoulder that we had a few days ago was a blend of a bunch of different whiskeys, all from Scotland. But there's 6 regions in Scotland, and each region has a different type of whiskey. So this, as we said, was a Highlands whiskey, so a geographical region. Obviously the Highlanders, like William Wallace and those good lads. Pretty diverse, different flavors, lots of distilleries. You can have everything from honey and heather and complexity. You can still get the salty and brininess, so really complex different flavor profiles. Speyside is the biggest region, has the most distilleries, and those are really friendly, floral, kind of fruity, honeysuckle whiskeys. Think of a Macallan, which can be a little complex, but typically very simple whiskeys. Then you have the lowlands, Highlands, lowlands. A lot of the lowlands are going to be soft and smooth, kind of gentle. And then you have Campbelltown, which only has 3 distilleries left. I believe it's 3. Very complex, very unique. Runs the gamut from heather and floral to salty and briny and some smoke. And then the 2 ones, and a lot of people, when they think of Scottish whiskey, they always think of smoky, and that's not always the case. But when you get into Islay on the west coast, when you got your Bruichladdich and your Laphroaig and Ardbeg, known for like complex flavors, smoky, briny, salty, and then you have the islands. And some people don't consider the islands, I believe, a true Scottish region, but that's where you have like Jura and Talisker and the Isle of Skye, with the Sassenach. Okay, I've talked enough. Tell them what you get on the nose there, Annie.
I definitely get a little heather.
Yep.
little splash.
The heather I knew was a big heather. Tall heather.
Tall heather.
Not a little heather.
Yeah. Ha. But I get a little smoke at the end.
There's
too.
a little smoke
Yeah.
in this one. So some Highland whiskeys will have it, and some won't.
Yeah. If I'm nosing it a little deeper, I smell it more so than out farther. I get more of the florals.
A little bit of vanilla.
Yeah. But I kind of get the smell of honeysuckle.
Yeah. I don't know what honeysuckle smells like, but I'm gonna trust her on that
Well,
one.
it's like a sweet.
Yeah. So.
Flowery smell.
Okay.
I just got a lot in there. Oh, it's pretty smooth though.
Yeah.
But I definitely get smoke at the end.
There is smoke.
Yeah.
Get a little bit of some salty brininess in there. This would be an interesting whiskey if you can just keep a little bit of it back. It's a kind of a complex whiskey because you got that double finish. So if you get like a little fruitiness or a little spiciness, almost like a Christmas cake, pound, what do they call them, fruitcake?
Fruitcake.
That comes from the Oloroso. So Oloroso sherry tends to impart the fruitiness from the sherry, and then most Oloroso sherry casks are French oak, and French oak compared to American oak leaves a different flavor profile, and it's known to be a little bit spicier, a little bit of peppery flavoring to it. So, if your palate is sophisticated enough already after day 7, it means you've been doing some homework, and bravo you. But if not, maybe hold a little bit of this behind, and then towards the end, because it is a complex whiskey. I threw it in at the beginning, but just to give you an idea of the different layers that you can find once you get that palate going a little bit more than just doing shots at the local bar and drinking Fireball.
It's good. It's a surprise to me.
Yeah. She's never had this one before.
No.
Pull this one out. This one was in the whiskey vault.
Yeah.
My whiskey vault.
Has legs. Lots of legs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Am I right?
So legs are the alcohol. So this one's a 43%, I believe, 43. Again, as a reminder, you got to be at least 40 to be whiskey. Anything less than that's liqueur. And a lot of the ones we'll get into are 46 coming up, and I think that's the sweet spot where you really kind of get the full flavor and the without overdoing it a little bit. We could have thrown in, or did I throw in some? No, I don't think I did it. We got some Stag Junior. It's like 60-some%, and that will put Anne's chest hairs on fire. But it's good whiskey.
It's a good way to get rid of the chest hairs, though.
All right. So,
cheers.
Welcome to day 7. Congratulations to day 7 if you've made it an entire week. Good time to reflect. Think back on your first 7 whiskeys. Would love to see you each rank your whiskeys from favorite to least favorite, and there's nothing wrong with having a least favorite. Taste is subjective.
Yeah.
Okay. Whatever you like, whatever you don't, someone else will drink. But we'll see you tomorrow for week 2.